The skies are cold and gray. The storm is on its way. The flat horizon, leafless trees, there's nothing far as you can see out here. You shiver like a wave. Your snow boots soles are chafed. You left your heart in paradise. You left it all to roll the dice with me. And I will shake away the cloudy skies with the California lullaby. And when you're frozen with desire, we'll put our toes up to the fire, and I will sing your cares away.
Rainbow gloves in. I just love these. This is incredible. This is like heavenly. Gloves bring out a weird side of my personality. I'm always like, when I'm out somewhere, I'm like, jazz hand. No, but I am sort of like, someone's like, hi. I'm like, hi, how are you? How are you? I love coming out to the vineyard when it looks like this. Is my favorite thing like in the world. Welcome back to In the Vineyard. As you can see, I am in the vineyard today. It is so beautiful. I love when it's misty and cool and just, it looks like you're on another planet or in another dimension. It's just, it's so beautiful. And to think it produces wine that creates all these wonderful moments and conversations and romance and everything. It's just, what? So the last couple days have been raining, and then the sun came out a little bit, and then it's been raining again. So this is beautiful. This is exactly what this area needs. It needs lots and lots of rain. Today, I want to go over a little bit about what is going on here. How are we going to prune it? What is pruning? Because some of you know and some of you don't know, and I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. So I'm going to go over a little bit about what it is that we're doing, what are we cutting, why are we cutting, and you know, the thought process behind it. I learn a lot from nature, as I told you in the first video. I learn a lot from being around plants and things that are growing, but I like to find the similarities between some spiritual or psychological things that I'm going through in life, or just life things I'm going through, and something around me in nature. Just the movement of everything on earth is really, we're experiencing that as well, and we just call it something else. But if you can settle into that deeper part of ourself, if you can settle in there, you can connect to the universal consciousness that is connecting all of us. We're all connected. Connected to the vines, connected to the mist in the air, connected to the animals, everything. We're all connected. We're all one, man. Oh. For the grapevines, I wanted to learn about what their cycle is, why do we prune them all the way back? What happens with fruit production? So I just started studying it. I already kind of knew about roses because my mom had roses. So I learned about how to prune the rose bushes, and she had like 43, so I really got into it. I learned a little bit from my biology classes. I'm stitching it all together. And, you know, the soil's a lot different there with the roses, and plus roses are different because, which I learned, which is great, that with the fruit producing plant, there's a little bit of different thing that you do. This place gets so hot, you wouldn't know it now. It looks all like dewy and cold, and it's like, I'm just here for you and the plants. Yeah, right. In the summer, it's like, die, you will all die. There's a broad spectrum here. It gets very cool and green, actually very cold. It was down to the 30s the last couple nights, but then it can get up to the hundreds in the summer. So it's like, and I don't really like to be hot, so it doesn't really work well with me. The vines, they hang in there. They're like, we're here to make fruit, man. You can shine your light on me all you want, son, but we're here. Their tenacity to keep going and to keep holding on to the fruit that has all the juice and water and goodness in it, they keep going. It's amazing, because, you know, I'll come out here in the middle of summer and I'm like, I'm dying. I'm like, this is the most uncomfortable, horrible hell experience. But then they're like, hi, come on over here and look at my grapes. You guys are my heroes. So I want to start today with a little bit of a centering moment. And not because I have my colorful gloves on either, although these are like so fun. I just love these. Oh my God. Focus, Lisa. So let's just get centered, because I don't know where you're watching this, if you're busy, I don't know, I sent you the link, you stumbled upon it, you're like, what's going on here? Let's all get on the same page right in this moment. This moment right now is eternal. This moment connects all of us. So just take a deep breath and then breathe out. Okay, do it again. Breathe in. Breathe out anything that doesn't serve you, that is just toxic to your soul. Breathe it out. So now that we are centered and we're in this moment, I act like everyone just, that's all it takes is 2 breaths and we're all centered. Okay, you might need to work on that, as I do as well. But let's all just come into this moment of being in the vineyard together in just this moment, okay? So since the first video, and I asked you to look around in your life and see the clarity, because the winter brings clarity, because there's no confusion and distractions of leaves and grapes and new growth and pests, because that's another thing. We're going to talk about that once the new growth starts. It's really exciting, but you also have to start doing pest management, which, you know, it's a whole nother thing. And you'll see me running around screaming if something big starts to fly towards me. I don't like it. So right now there are no pests. That's why I love being here in the winter too, is because there's nothing flying at my head or, you know, trying to bite me or whatever. If you stay with this series, you're going to be so amazed to see the transformation from this to when, I mean, they're thick. Like, I'll be like, whoosh, hi you guys, I'm in the vineyard. I mean, it's going to be so amazing. You guys are going to go, what? That's the same place? And I'm going to try to take some similar pictures and do it side by side just so you can kind of see, like, it's amazing how much transformation happens in a vineyard in a growing cycle in a year. And it's the same with our lives, you know. Think about it. When we're like sad or there's something going on or we're stressed out, it's funny because we start to think like that's all there is, that sadness or that stress, that perspective. It takes over. And you feel like everything is that way, everything. We forget when our vineyard is full and green and filled with grapes and beautiful things. We forget about that. We really do. I do. I completely forget about it. And so I can't reconnect with the feeling when I'm in that other feeling, but I at least tell myself, this is the gray moment. I just try to remind myself of that. It doesn't always work. You know, it's a work in progress. I don't care how old you are, it's a work in progress. Next time you're in one of those gray-y or red, like if you're really angry, funks, just tell yourself, if you can, this isn't going to be everything. This is just right now. And I'm going to look back on this. That's what I want you to think about when you're looking at these vines. Some people might look at these vines and say, ew, look at, they're all ugly and they're brown and there's nothing there. Yeah, this is last year's growth. This is what carried all of the wonderful grapes that we harvested. These wires here, I told you about this a little bit in the first video, but they kind of help hold up the vine when there's a lot of growth. I'm going to kind of interject stuff all along, and some of it's not going to make sense to you, and you're going to be like, wait, you're going too fast. What are you talking about? Over time, this is going to make sense to you. Some of this stuff I'm going to be saying in the earlier videos when it still looks like this, you might be like, what? Hang in there. I'll keep revisiting certain things, and you'll go, oh, that's when she talked about that thing over there. Connection. That is what's going to happen. You're going to start making connection. Just trust me on this. And if there is something that I don't make, there's no sense about it, just leave a comment in the comment section and I will address it in my next video. If you really are like, I'm really confused, what the hell are you talking about? Then just leave a comment and I'll address it in the next video. These wires, they're trellis wires, and they actually unhook from those metal things over there. You'll see, because I'm going to take you guys with me. You have to really pull them out to put the vines inside of there. And then, you know, it gets very thick in here. It's awesome. It's amazing. You guys are going to have a lot of fun. You guys are going to have like so much fun. So I'm going to do some close-ups of where I'm going to cut on the vines today. So I'm going to insert those shots and I'm going to do a little voiceover just so you can really focus on what I'm doing. And I'll be back at the end of the video, okay? This is the Grapevine Anatomy Pruning 101. We will discuss the canes and the cordons and the shoots and the buds and the arms and the blossoms and the grapes and the rootstock and a bunch of other things that I can't get to right now, and you're not going to listen to it anyway, so let's just get real, okay? This is a very basic Pruning 101 by me, so you know how I am. So here's the overall, right? You got the root system. Then we got the trunk. Then we got something called a cordon, and there's 2 of them. This vineyard has 2, just like the picture. So what happens is, as the branches grow up, You take a strong branch in the very beginning and you tie them down onto the wires, and then they become the cordons. See how neat that is? Then from that, up grows the shoots or canes. From the shoots or canes is where the buds are. The buds are where the new shoots and canes come up. And then we have grapes. Isn't that like totally awesome? Okay, now back to me in the vineyard. Okay, so that's it for today's episode of In the Vineyard. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it. If you're on a smartphone watching this, you can get emojis put in the comment section so I know you are watching. If you like the video, thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye. Rainbow gloves out.